Hello, good evening, and welcome to another edition of Eye on Port that is proudly brought to you by Goil Company Limited, the Ghana Revenue Authority, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Serene Insurance is also a wonderful partner for this program, as well as our new entrant, the Integrated Customs Management System, ICUMS. When I say ICUMS, Norvan reminds me that I'm turning old. It's supposed to be ICOMS. So ICUMS or ICOMS Northern Aqua Hereford. The ICUMS is managed by the Ghana Link Company Limited, and we're very proud to have them on this program, very supportive of this particular program, as well as quite a number of other events and programs happening around the ports and harbours industry. They have been doing tremendously well. You're just about to hear something about them as the president mentioned them in a State of the Nation's address. So stick and stay. When we come back, we'll play that particular story of the president's State of the Nation's address where ICUMS or ICOMS featured very well. In the meantime, you can catch the abridged version of this program on Ghana Television on Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Also, if you get the Thursday edition of the Business and Financial Times, you should read a lot about everything that transpires on this platform, plus many more within the ports and maritime industry. We will return pretty shortly after the break, and today we're going to talk and celebrate the women who are making waves within the maritime industry. Very, very important. You need to pull a chair and take a listen. We'll be right back.
Every now and again, Goil makes good things happen. This time, Goil has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goil Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. Goil Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. Goil Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with Goil Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goil has that sorted. Goil, good energy.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Oh, how are you?
Hi Yvonne, a few words please. Everyone is talking about the fire at your production house last week. How are you holding up? Has production stalled?
No, not at all. My crew and everyone on my set is perfectly fine because I insure with Serene Insurance. As a matter of fact, I've had all my equipment replaced, including the vehicles that were affected. My workers have been sorted out. Even my production downtime has been covered. So it's all good. I have a meeting to attend to, so I have to get going. Sorry about that.
Which insurance company did you mention?
Serene Insurance, the new face of insurance, a member of First Sky Group.
Utiliser les ports de Tema et de Takoradi, c'est avoir un traitement rapide et sécurisé de vos marchandises diverses en conteneurs, en sac ou en vrac, ainsi que tous vos véhicules en transit. Le Ghana a construit un parking bien pavé pour tous les véhicules en transit. Une nouvelle gare frigorifique pour le stockage de la marchandise congelée en transit. Avec un nouveau centre de traitement de données construit et la mise en œuvre efficace d'un guichet unique national qui permet aux données d'être accessibles par tous les intervenants, le traitement des dossiers dans les ports du Ghana est maintenant efficace et plus efficient. Utiliser les ports du Ghana, c'est profiter des systèmes de portes électroniques et d'exploitation des terminaux ainsi que de la réservation des navires en ligne, entraînant ainsi un parc de camions fiable pour un acheminement de vos marchandises dans les brefs délais avec un suivi satellitaire jusqu'à nos frontières.
Les femmes, à vous les honneurs.
Les ports de Tema et de Takoradi célèbrent la femme. Que les bienfaits de cette célébration apportent plus de bénédictions.
Ça, coronavirus, yare no yare esan pa. So obi nya bi na se opo wagu so ana se ohwinti gu so a utumenya yare ni bi.
Okadi ni bahani onaka oyehila ekoji. Ohe banye do. Oba wulo. Ogo ba hunu. Oba chine. Ojamba wohe. Oba na sen kaka. Mekme musunchon. Mekme nuni enihi. Chitumoboni nke jemo femo ba chon okadi neko.
Coronavirus infection, the symptoms can range from mild, one of it being asymptomatic. Asymptomatic just means that you may not have any symptoms at all, and the disease process can gradually worsen to be a severe form, the severest being ultimately death.
We are expected to sanitize our hands when our hands are not visibly soiled or you can't really see dirt on your hands. If you can see dirt on your hands, the best thing to do is to wash your hands with soap and the running water.
If you're using any of the cloth face masks, always make sure you have a rubber bag ready to receive it when you remove it, or you have a bowl of warm soapy water in which you can place the mask and wash. Wash your mask, dry in the hot sun for at least 5 hours, and apply heat by way of ironing.
Welcome back to the program. It's Iron Port, and it's proudly brought to you by ICOMS or Ghana Link, the managers of ICOMS Integrated Customs Management Systems, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, the Ghana Revenue Authority, GOIL Company Limited, as well as Serene Insurance. The WhatsApp number that you can contribute on, if you choose to do so, the 055-901-9177. The number that you can call at the appropriate time, 020-552-8353. And I'm told by techies that we are streaming live also on Facebook and YouTube, so you can follow us. Today we're going to celebrate women who are making waves within the blue economy. We'll be telling you a lot about the role of women within the maritime industry, as well as challenges. So if you're a lady, you're seeking to be in this industry, or you want to know what it takes to be within the industry and follow the steps of those who have blazed the trail within the industry, this is the time you might want to pull a seat and also listen and learn from others. In the meantime, in the course of the week, the president had the State of the Nation's address, and the port and maritime industry featured significantly. Let's take a listen.
The President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, has touted the implementation of the Integrated Customs Management System, which is an end-to-end customs management system at the port, saying it has improved trade facilitation tremendously. He said, despite the initial resistance and controversy that surrounded its implementation, the ICOMS has so far been a success, as it has increased government revenue and also improved the clearance of goods at the ports.
The Integrated Customs Management Systems has, despite initial resistance and controversy, succeeded in eliminating the multiple routes prior to payment of duties, ensuring seamless processes, increasing revenues, and speedy processing of manifest declaration and valuation on the same system.
Delivering his first State of the Nation address in 2021 on Tuesday, March 9, he disclosed that 3 out of 4 berths of the MPS Terminal 3 project at the Port of Tema have been completed to facilitate maritime transportation, while construction of the multi-purpose Atlantic Terminal at the Port of Takoradi is ongoing.
The construction of a new dedicated container terminal at the Tema Port is ongoing, and 3 out of the 4 berths have been completed to facilitate maritime and inland waterways transportation. The development of a multi-purpose container terminal at the Takoradi port is progressing.
Nana Akufo-Addo also added that the Ghana Maritime Authority has augmented its capacity to safeguard the country's maritime and inland waterways. He revealed that plans to develop Ghana's intermodal networks by way of modern railway networks nationwide to promote efficient means of transporting goods as well as link the country's trading hubs are very advanced.
A 500 million euro contract has been signed for the construction of a standard gauge railway line from Mansu to Huni Valley, a contract which includes the conversion of the narrow gauge tracks between Takoradi and Sekondi to standard gauge.
He said government is mobilizing some $2 billion towards the development of railway infrastructure and services. The president revealed that government has rehabilitated a section of the narrow gauge western line from Kojukrom to Takwa through Nsuta to facilitate the haulage of manganese from Nsuta to Takoradi port, as well as provide a passenger railway services along the corridor. He said contracts for railway lines around the middle belt of Ghana, which will tie into the Buankra inland port, have been signed.
For standard gauge railway lines from Kumasi to Kasi, Kasi to Aduadin, Aduadin to Obuasi, Aduadin to Ajiso, with the linkage to the Buankra inland port, Mansu to Dunkwa, have all been signed.
According to the president of Ghana, construction for the Buankra inland port will soon begin. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has been handed a community terminal by the project engineers following its completion. GPHA will now take over full control of activities at the facility. The symbolic signing of documents by top management of GPHA and its Canadian partners and a walkthrough of the facility characterized the semi-formal ceremony. The community terminal was originally designed to serve as an off-dock terminal for diverting activities from the Port of Tema. The world-class terminal sits on a 16.2 hectares land and consists of a 105,000 square meter of container storage and diverting area, a car storage area, control tower, water tank, transformer house, mechanical shop, fire bay, container freight station, an office complex, banquet hall, a cafeteria, and an outdoor parking area, among others. The project, which took 5 years to complete, was funded through a $126 million loan procured from the Canadian Commercial Corporation under a finance engineer procure and construct contract. JV Driver Projects Incorporated served as the main subcontractor for the project. The Canadian High Commissioner to Ghana said the project's successful completion is a demonstration of Ghana's strong bilateral cooperation with Canada.
This facility will enable Ghana to benefit more fully from the increased economic opportunities presented by the AFCFTA and contribute to Ghana's economic recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic.
Director of JV Driver Richard Jones acknowledged the various subcontractors and GPHA staff who played key roles in ensuring a smooth construction process.
The teams involved, GPHA, JV Driver, CCC, as subcontractors, D. Simone and other subcontractors, we've all worked very hard and we appreciate what they've done to bring this project to fruition. And we wish GPHA all the best in the use of the facility.
Speaking on behalf of the Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, the General Manager Special Duties of GPHA, George Bredu, said he is pleased with the quality of work done and expressed gratitude to all individuals associated with the completion of the project.
We are happy with the quality of work that has been done here, and on behalf of the management of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, we want to say a big thank you to all.
Security agencies operating within Ghana's entry points and borders are undertaking various measures to intensify vigilance and enhance capacity towards keeping the country's gates safe in the event of emergencies and unexpected occurrences such as pandemics and rapid migration. To this end, the Ghana Immigration Service, with support from the Integrated Center for Migration Policy Development, has met with security agencies operating at the Tema port in a forum to assess the draft contingency plan of the GIS, which forms part of the Strengthening Border Security in Ghana project. The SPS Ghana project is an initiative of the Ghana government and its partners from the European Union. The forum brought together key officials of the Immigration Service, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Port Health Unit of the Ghana Health Service, the Customs Division of GRA, the Ghana National Fire and Rescue Service, the Marine Police Unit, and the National Intelligence Bureau. According to an Assistant Commissioner of the Ghana Immigration Service, who is also the chairman of the technical working group that developed the draft contingency plan of the GIS, Samuel Basintale, the plan will undergo initial testing in an interagency simulation exercise at the Port of Tema on Thursday, March 18.
But we strongly believe that Tema Port has all the statutory agencies that work at the entry point. So if it works here, certainly it should work even better at the land frontier.
He explained that such comprehensive plans, when deployed, will ensure that the needed synergy required from all stakeholders at the country's entry points during emergencies is achieved and emergent threats eliminated effectively.
Well, if there is an emergency today in the port and immigration needs to disembark, we can't do it alone. In fact, the port authorities need to give us the space that even if you disembark these people, where they will be hosted.
The harbour master and chairman of the Port Facility Security Coordinating Committee, Captain Francis Kwesi Micah, said such programs will enable the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority pick on the requisite guidelines needed to sufficiently provide the infrastructural and personnel support while ensuring business continuity in case of emergencies.
In case we are having this issue of rapid or massive influx of refugees, either via the political scenario or through the pandemic, as we all see is straddling the entire world, GPHA and this guidance will be able to stand the test of time in coordinating or being part of the solution-seeking measures that will be put in place.
He added that failure to execute proper security interventions in the event of emergencies, such as the influx of refugees through the port, other secondary problems like stowaway, terrorism, and importation of...
Okay, so quite a number of things have happened within the maritime industry, and as I hinted earlier today, we're going to celebrate the ladies within the ports and harbours or maritime industry. There's a quite tall chain of activities within that industry, and quite a number of distinguished women are blazing the trail within that sector. And it is important, in the month that we are celebrating International Women, we have chosen this day to also let you know them, hear from them, and learn from them. So shortly, I'll be discussing a few issues around women who are blazing the trail in the port and maritime industry with my own man, Kennedy Mona, shortly. Before we let the ladies, the distinguished ladies come in, we'll just give you a snippet of what some others who you are not going to see on this table are also doing around there with my man Kennedy Mona shortly. But a quick one, international port news. If it's ready, let's pick that one briefly. Quick, and then we come back and talk about celebrating our ladies.
Maritime industry leaders have embarked on a feasibility study aimed at establishing a comprehensive supply chain for the provision of green ammonia ship-to-ship bunkering at the Port of Singapore. The companies taking part in the project include AP Moller Maersk AS, Fleet Management Limited, Keppel Offshore and Marine, Maersk McKinney Moller Center for Zero Carbon Shipping, Sumitomo Corporation, and Zara International ASA. The study will cover the end-to-end supply chain of ammonia bunkering, including the development of a cost-effective green ammonia supply chain, the design of ammonia bunkering vessels, as well as related supply chain infrastructure. Marine Engineering Consultancy LOC has been awarded a contract by Egyptian Group for Multi-Purpose Terminals to provide engineering services related to the Alexandria Port Navigation Channel expansion. Under the contract, LOC's Egyptian operation will provide consulting and engineering services to deliver simulation modeling of Egypt Pier 5562 to support an expansion of the navigation channel. The expansion will be conducted to accommodate large container vessels calling to the proposed container terminal. Fuel cell developer PowerCell Sweden has received an order for a 185 kilowatt marine fuel cell high power module from the Norwegian R&D company and system integrator Prototech AS. The module is planned to be integrated as part of a testing infrastructure for sustainable marine power solutions and future fuels within the Sustainable Energy Catapult Center at Stord, south of Bergen.
Okay, so in the studio is my own personal person, Kennedy Mona, joins me in the studio. We're going to talk a little about women in the maritime industry, and no better person to do that with me than Kennedy Mona. He's reported around the maritime industry for over a decade, and he's well versed when it comes to the issues around the port and maritime industry. He's been interviewing some of these women all across when he was handling the what program was it? The Oman program?
Maritime and Port News.
Maritime and Port News. Kennedy, pleasure to have you in the studio.
Many thanks, Sammy.
And what people don't know is that going forward, you will be sorting a lot of things out in my place here. Man has done this for about 310 weeks non-stop, resting. Every Sunday we are here, and pleasure to know that you are, joining the team to make it happen well and easy.
Thank you very much indeed, Sammy. It's no mean an achievement to have held the fort all this while. I think that you deserve a lot of accolades, honestly. Consistently. And live, it's not been easy, but you see, done it.
The first person who approached me about maritime and port business was you. And this is like 15 years ago, 12 years ago, thereabout. And you said this is what you wanted to do. You want to bring the issues around the port and maritime out. And I was surprised because I had never heard about it. I said, what is this guy talking about? You had a newspaper called Maritime
and Transport Digest.
And you approached me to review it on Good Morning Ghana back at the time, and then the Tomorrow Today program. And I thought you were out of your mind because just one sector, you alone had decided to focus on that. And I think that the Port and Harbours Authority is glad to have you as now you're a senior marketing and corporate affairs officer with the Port and Harbours Authority. Right?
Thanks to God.
And that's a good one because I believe that you have done so much within the industry, reporting from media angle, and this is the best time that your experience and expertise will be brought to bear. A pleasure to have you around. But let's deal with the substantive. So you have, like I mentioned earlier, you have reported around the port well. You have seen some of the women. What have you been picking up when it comes to women and their roles within the maritime industry?
Well, I think that the women themselves understand the fact that this is a male-dominated area. And so, I mean, having found themselves in there, it leaves them no leeway to, in quote, fool around. And so these are women I observe take their jobs professionally. They are serious about it. They go about their duties professionally. They think that already we are on the downside, we are at a disadvantage, and we are doing everything we can to, rope in more women. And that's why you find them mentoring the young ones, the younger ones. I know we have so many clubs, most of them tailored towards mentoring, young girls to encourage them to come into the industry. And so my observation from my interaction with them and from my work within the industry tells me that this is a group of women who know what they are doing, who have the requisite qualification. They are in where they are, most of them in management positions, with the right, on merit. They have the certificates, they have the expertise, they have the experience, and they think that, look, we must necessarily prove our worth, that we are in this industry not by chance or not by mistake, but because we want to be in there and to ensure and to drum home the need for other women to come in and to let people understand that, we cannot allow the men to dominate in this area. We want to come. And I think that they've proven their worth. I can begin by mentioning the likes of our own Madame Benonita Bismarck of the Ghana Shippers Authority, who's risen through the ranks.
Yeah.
I mean, she was with the private
With
sector,
MSc.
came in, absolutely, and then she's now the chief executive.
And she's doing well there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then we have, still at the Ghana Shippers Authority, we have a board chairperson who is a female person.
Yeah, the board chair of the Shippers Authority.
Madam Stella Wilson Ajapong.
Yeah.
Who's also doing well.
Yeah.
Over
Even
there.
still there, you have...
now that a new government has come, I think that they reconstitute the board, but I don't know whether she is the same person that's going to be leading
but
the
she
part
was
at
for the
Ghana
past
Shippers
4
Authority.
years.
Absolutely, yes.
And there's Madam Nadensua,
Nadensua, absolutely.
Even at that Shippers Authority alone.
Exactly. Now, Asana Dauda Owu
Yeah.
is the deputy CEO for the Ghana Shippers Authority. Before that, I think we had Madam Joyce Bawa Mokhtari, who was the head of legal for the Ghana Shippers Authority, maritime lawyer by profession, yes. And then she subsequently became a deputy transport minister, you know, and all that. And so I think that women are doing well. Absolutely, absolutely.
So it's not as if it's a no-go area for women.
No,
Quite a number of people, when particularly ladies, when they see vessels and huge cranes and all these kind of masculine kind of equipment, they begin to get scared and feel that this is not an area for them.
Yes.
But in terms of training and education and all of that, do we have that kind of thing set for the women? Per what you observed reporting?
It depends on the organization that the individual women belong to that are in the industry. If your organization thinks that we need to create a space for more women to come in, we need to build your capacity. I know some organizations have the continuous professional development, you know, architecture within their organizations, and they get women to train. And they also encourage others. For instance, if you are in a management position and you think that you are a few there within the organization, it behoves those that are in management position now to bring up those that are, you know, following up. And so I think that it depends on the organization that the various women belong to. I know that there are deliberate efforts by some organizations coming on the heels of the fact that they have seen efforts by these women to bring in more women, to mentor them to come in. And so they have deliberately, you know, crafted policies that enables them to get that kind of training that they require. I am convinced that going forward, we will see more of these things happening, and that at the end of the day, the women will believe that their fight to get more women into the industry will not be in vain.
Awesome. And
I also want to, yes, sure.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to talk about some women who are also trying to assist in this direction through the media.
To mentor younger women?
Through the media, yes. Okay. We have Josephine, our own Josephine.
Okay, some of the exactly.
We have Dela Russell, we have Evelyn of BNFT, and a host of others who are taking this thing very seriously. And wherever they hear, or whenever they hear that there's going to be a program for women in maritime, they are willing to go. We talk
They've
about
developed their interests.
Exactly. We talk about Nanesi Boateng also.
Nanesi that you handed your program to, for instance, doing very well.
Absolutely. And I think that there is a need for industry players to recognize the efforts of these ladies, particularly the women who are up there, to rope them, bring them on board, to support them, to do their advocacy. When I won the Report of the Year in the year 2017 at the Ghana Shippers Awards, one of the things I said was the fact that we have a very big economy, a very big space within the maritime industry, that we call it the blue economy, and it's still grossly underreported. And we talk about specialization nowadays, and I'm glad that in Ghana now we find people trying to specialize. You just don't get up and you're a jack of all trades, a matter of none. And what I see from this crop of female journalists that I mentioned is the fact that they want to specialize in this area, to the extent that some of them have gone for further education in this industry. And so it gives you hope that in the ensuing years, we're going to be seeing more robust reporting or reportage from this industry, from female, journalists.
Very brilliant observation, Ken. I would love for you to touch on challenges a little bit before our ladies join us, our special or distinguished ladies join us. Briefly, what are some of the challenges that you observe that you think it can be worked upon or developed upon in boosting and encouraging women within this industry?
Well, the challenge is I am not going to be able to be direct or specific, but I think that sometimes it has to do with the fact that women say they are their own enemies, and so sometimes behind the scenes they seem to be dragging each other backward. And that is something that I think that they need to work. They need to work on themselves. And sometimes I think that they are not the element of fear. Is what restrains them from reaching their optimum.
They're intimidated by the fact that it appears to be a male-dominated sector.
For instance, when you see the cranes, the tugboats, or whatever in the port, the machinery, a woman is afraid to get near. Now we have some that are brave enough. For instance, the lady, there's a lady. I know there's a lady in the port of Tema who's with the engineering department. She has been there. I've known her from day one, and she's been there. She's still there.
Yeah.
And we know there are some of them that have also braved the storms and are doing tremendously well in terms of manning machines and all those things. But,
so like you rightly said, we're going to see a few of them in the next piece that you helped in putting it together as well. So just briefly, we're going to show you a piece where quite a number of the women who are blazing the trail are featured in there and doing so well, after which our distinguished ladies will be speaking to all of us. But Ken, I appreciate the time, and as I said, I wish you luck as you take up some of these assignments.
Thank you very much,
it's important
that
we have your caliber doing this kind of business going forward.
Thank you very much.
That's the only way we can sustain the momentum and growing the entire
Sammy, thank you very much. Before I take leave of you, I want to just comment briefly on the President's SONA speech and the Buankran Land Port issues.
I'm going to push you to do that in 10 seconds.
Just 10 seconds, Yes. I think that is welcome news. This has been on the radar for a very long time, and we all recognize the fact that the railway sector is a capital-intensive one. So I think that accounts for the inability of government to find a strategic investor all this while for this particular project. But if the President has mentioned that it's going to start pretty shortly, I think that yes, we should all be excited about it. Yeah.
Awesome, my guy. You and I will find time to deal with some of these
Thank you very much,
in detail going forward. So that's Kennedy Mona. You'll be seeing more of him frequently on this platform. Kennedy Mona, my guy, joins to help in growing information dissemination within this industry. So let's take a listen to this particular piece when we return conversation with our distinguished female practitioners.
The shipping and maritime industry has often been perceived as a preserve of men due to its historically mechanical nature. Yet, some women have over the years contributed to changing that narrative. In Ghana, women have participated in various subfields within the maritime industry, including mariners, engineers, maritime and shipping administrators, maritime lawyers, ship brokers, and freight forwarders, among others. Ghana joined the world to celebrate women this week, and we wish to highlight a few Ghanaian women who have beaten the odds and excelled in the maritime industry. Captain Catherine Hazel is one of Ghana's pioneering seafarers whose seafaring career lasted 15 years with the national shipping line, the Black Star Line, between 1977 and 1992. Upon retirement from her seafaring career, she became senior lecturer and later head of the Nautical Studies Department at Alma Mater, the regional maritime university, until 2015. Currently, she works with the International Transport Workers Federation as the ITF inspector for Ghana. The veteran mariner is also an alumnus of the World Maritime University, Malmö, Sweden, where she acquired a Master of Science degree in Maritime Affairs. Captain Enrita Amatanki is the first marine pilot working with the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority at the port of Takoradi. Her duties include the berthing and discharging of vessels within the port. On shore, Sandra Opoku is the first female director of port in Ghana. She is a maritime lawyer by profession. With a career spanning 20 years, Sandra Opoku has risen through the ranks at the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, serving in key roles in the authority before her appointment in 2019 to steer affairs at Ghana's largest commercial port. She is an alumnus of the IMO International Maritime Law Institute in Malta, where she acquired a Master of Laws degree in Maritime Law. She acquired a Bachelor of Law degree from the University of Ghana, after which she enrolled at the Ghana School of Law and was subsequently called to the bar. Linda Vasnani is a strategic high-performing professional with more than 20 years of experience in freight forwarding and logistics. She is the Chief Operating Officer of Consolidated Shipping Agencies. Over the years, she has built an enviable experience in managing logistics projects from the planning phase through to completion. She has led Conship to numerous awards over the years, including Ghana Oil and Gas Award and the Ghana Shippers Awards, among others. Esther Jebidonko is the General Manager in charge of Marketing and Corporate Affairs at the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, where she has worked since 1994. She has previously served in maritime capacities as a senior management level employee, including taking on arduous tasks within the core operations area as terminal manager of the Golden Jubilee Group of Terminals at the port of Tema, where she exceeded her targets. Esther Jebidonko specialized in port management at the prestigious World Maritime University in a master's program. She acquired a bachelor's in economics and diploma in education at the University of Cape Coast. In her many years as a port management expert, Esther has published quite a good number of important articles about Ghana's ports and the maritime industry in general. Perpetua Osebunsu is the Executive Secretary to the Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana. Within the maritime industry, she helped with the launch of the African Women in Maritime Association and was instrumental in organizing debates by the Group for Women Fishmongers along the Volta Lake and Tema Newtown. Sylvia Asana Dauda Owu has been an impactful employee of the Ghana Shippers Authority. Her hard work has made her rise through the ranks from an assistant freight and research officer to become the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of GSA. Key among her achievements include the establishment of shipper complaint centers in Takoradi Port, Elubu Border, and Kotoka International Airport to provide real-time assistance to shippers at the various entry points of the country. Naden Suaiti, also with the Ghana Shippers Authority, has almost 30 years of working experience in the maritime industry. She is currently the Women's International Shipping and Trading Association Wista International Executive Member, responsible for the African region and the founding president of Wista Ghana. She has played many leadership roles and served in different capacities in various industry organizations such as the National Trade Facilitation Committee of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, Women in Logistics and Transport, and the World Maritime University Student Body, among others. Mausi Sapati is the General Manager in charge of finance at the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, where she has worked 27 years of her life, serving in different roles in audit and finance department, including a secondment as head of finance at the International Maritime Hospital in 2017. She has over the years contributed significantly to the development and monitoring of financial control systems designed to preserve the authority's assets as well as overseeing financial strategies of the port business. Mausi Sapati is the first female chartered accountant employee of GPHA as well as the first female general manager of both finance and audit departments. Philippa Amanda Ama is the procurement manager at the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. She has an MSc in Maritime Affairs, that's Shipping and Port Management at the World Maritime University in the year 2012. She holds a BSc Business Administration from the Central University College. She is an enthusiastic and highly motivated individual with knowledge and skill in public procurement and human resource management. Philippa Amanda is also the president of the Port Ladies Association, an association which protects and counsels female employees at GPHA.
So my guest in the studio, Captain Catherine Hazel, ITF Inspector for Ghana International Transport Workers Federation. Captain, pleasure to have you in the studio. And I love the uniform. Anytime I see you in the uniform, get excited. Good to have you closer today. Also in the studio is Madam Perpetua Osebunsu. I nearly wore your shirt today. I wanted to wear your shirt. She's Executive Secretary of Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana. Madam Perpetua, pleasure to have you also in the studio.
Thank you.
And then across the Atlantic Ocean, we are joined by our own Mrs. Linda Vasnani, Chief Operating Officer of Consolidated Shipping, that's Conship Agency. Sister Linda, if you can see us, kindly give us a wave. And hello.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be on this show.
You are looking sweet, madam, and I'm told that you're in Texas. Is it? Houston, Texas.
Yes, I'm in Texas. Yes.
Oh, awesome. How's the family?
Everyone is doing well. Thank you for asking.
Awesome, awesome. And also pleasure to have you making time to speak with us all the way from Houston, Texas. And I believe that Dr. Vasnani is watching because you work with Dr. Vasnani, and together you've been able to achieve awesome feat with Conship, 25 years of excellence with that particular organization. We say congratulations to you and Dr. Vas together.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. So let me start with you, Madam Pep. With all what we have seen within the piece that we just watched, first of all, tell us where you are coming from, the SOAG.
Okay.
What it is, and how did you get there?
Okay.
Thank you, Sammy. Yeah, the Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana is the umbrella body for all shipping lines. Mostly, these are the multinational companies that operate in Ghana. So the association serves as the advocacy group. It gives them a voice, you know, when we have to meet our stakeholders, GPHA, GSA, and other players in the maritime industry over common concerns. So basically, that is what the association does.
I see.
And I was privileged some years ago to fill the vacancy. Yeah, when they were looking.
How many years ago, though?
Oh, that makes it about 15 or so.
15 years.
15, yes.
You've been the executive secretary, or you started from somewhere?
In the industry?
No, I mean with the SUAG.
No, I got this position and I've been at it since then.
As executive secretary
Sure.
for 15 years?
Yep.
I see. Prior to that, where were you, though?
Yeah, I've had a stint in banking. You know, I'm a lawyer also.
Awesome.
So I've started with my legal training. I've worked with the National Investment Bank. I was a legal officer. And
Legal officer with NIB?
Yep. And you know, there's a common link. We did letters of credit, you know, within the banking, and there's that seamless connection. With how the cargo also comes in. So it was interesting, you know, with that background, when this vacancy came on, that the interest was there. Unfortunately, I got it too.
So it means that folks who have not even started from the shipping industry or the port industry or the maritime industry, and they find themselves elsewhere, like you found yourself in the banking sector.
Yep.
As a lawyer, you've been able to come in and perfectly integrate.
Sure.
So
it hasn't been easy anyway. You know, shipping is very technical.
What are some of the blocks, the challenges along the line?
You come in, you have a fair idea, but you go to your first meeting and people are talking about demurrage, they are talking about
the terms, terminologies.
The terms, you know.
Okay.
So fortunately, I had some good friends when I joined from GPHA.
Okay, awesome.
Mostly the guys who were my mentors. So every time I was running to them. When you talk about
this mean?
20 TU, you know. I'm sure you also had it coming as a journalist. So those were, but you got by because you had a broad idea, and basically the basic principles of, business cuts across. So it's like with the experience I had from elsewhere, it also was brought to bear on this position. Yeah.
Okay. Did you dream to end up within this industry when, for instance, you started your legal practice?
Not exactly, but like I said, I saw the synergy.
Okay.
You see,
but did you see it from the beginning, like 15 years ago, before you from NIB? Did you at some point
NIB at a point?
Have that plan?
I did some representation, you know, for a foreign company, and they were
shipping related.
Yes, okay. Shipping related. So I was frequenting the port. We had to, you know, go to the shipping agencies, sending our bill of lading, and you know, I was supervising.
So you dealt with legal cases that were shipping related.
Not necessarily legal cases, but then I was their rep in Ghana, you know, a small time. So that was also a practical exposure to this kind of business. So gradually, it was like linking up things you've learned elsewhere. And then, so you had some ideas. I'm sure it came to play when we went for the interview, and I was picked, so that was how I entered.
Let me bring Captain Hazel. Captain, which area do you also play now? Where are you now? What have you been doing there? If you can highlight that for us.
Currently, as I intimated in my write-up, I am with the International Transport Workers Federation, ITF.
Yes.
I'm the inspector for Ghana.
I see.
And I cover the ports in Ghana, that is currently Takoradi and Tema.
Okay.
So my work entails going on board to check on the status of the seafarers. You know, seafarers are people who have challenges, serious challenges when it comes to working on board a ship in terms of what they do and where they go. You know, sometimes they get to some ports and they face challenges. Currently, especially with this COVID pandemic scenario, they get to port and they can't even go down. They can't come ashore after having been on board for so long and wanting to release tension, and then you can't even step on the shores of any country because of COVID. But apart from the COVID, normally what we do is I go on board and then talk to them, check certain situations on board to find out their welfare, whether they are being catered for, properly. Sometimes you find some, ship owners who are very, very difficult to deal with. They are not paying the crew or even supplying them the needed stores and water and so on. So when we go on board, we intervene in such cases. We report, we don't take the law into our hands per se, but after talking to these people, then we can go to the Maritime Administration and pick it up. Sometimes we can deal with the flag state on that issue, or even sometimes with the P&I clubs to try to resolve it and get these people treated fairly. So basically that is what I do.
How long have you been at it?
I started with the ITF just 2 years ago.
Okay.
2019, October, so I'm
okay. And prior to that, you were captain,
Prior to that, I was with the Regional Maritime University where I've been lecturing for 18 years.
18 years, lecturing at the Regional Maritime University.
Yes. And my work there involved lecturing in the Nautical Science Department.
Awesome.
And the Nautical Science Department is a department that takes care of mariners that are going to navigate the ships. You know, when we are at sea, we have two main departments, the engineering department and the nautical department. The nautical department looks at training the seafarers so that they can man the ships and sail the ships from place to place and also work the cargo. So it's not just the navigation, but the working of the cargo as well. So we train these people and are lectured in various subject areas, naval architecture, seamanship, and so on.
So you're a naval officer as well?
Yes. I went to sea for 15 years
wow.
before I came to the Regional Maritime University.
Went to sea for 15 years,
yes.
Lectured at RMU for 18 years,
yes.
and has been at the affairs of ITF as inspector for 2 years already.
Yes.
Wow. I put all together and I'm hitting, so 15, 18, 28, wow. So about 30 years of hard work within this industry. Yes. What drove you there?
Well, when I was at the secondary school,
Which secondary school
St.
is
Monica's.
this? St. Monica's, Kumasi, Ashanti region.
Yes, the school.
Sure.
Is it the one in Mampong?
Yes, she's okay. Also an alma mater.
Oh, is it
yes.
Mampong?
Yes.
I see.
So I saw an advert in a magazine, which wasn't related to Ghana per se. It was a US magazine, and they were asking for women to join the maritime industry. Mm-hmm. And I said, wow, so women go to sea. At that time, I'd never even seen the sea before. But I got interested. And as if by coincidence, that year when I was just leaving St. Monica's in 76, mm-hmm. the advert came in the papers that they were going to recruit women into the industry. That was the Black Star Line mm-hmm. then. So I applied, and then I got it together with two other ladies, Georgina and then Beatrice. So we applied and we got it. And we started our training there. At that time, the training was just for 1 year. We called it the pre-sea training. So after 1 year pre-sea training, we went on board our ships. And then from there, we trained as cadets and then rose to the ranks to become captains.
Interesting. There are a lot of questions I have for you. For a woman going on sea for the first time, how did you feel and all of that? But I'll come to you. Mrs. Vasnani from Houston, Texas. Let me ask her, since the St. Monica's are saying the school, let me just go to Houston, Texas and ask. Mrs. Vasnani, I know that your side is the air freight side and all of that. First of all, the world celebrated women. They celebrated women who are blazing the trail in their career. How did that make you feel? First.
Hello, Pia. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, it really means a lot and says a lot for me. It highlights the contributions of women both in the business and the domestic domain.
Yeah.
It also points to me, it also points to the importance of gender parity and brings to light the challenges and discrimination women face in the world today. So it really means a lot and says a lot.
And your area, Consolidated Shipping, and you are the Chief Operating Officer there. What does that entail?
Well, it entails quite a bit. It's interesting that my colleague Perpetua was talking about coming from a legal background.
Yeah.
I came from a science background.
I see.
And entered the freight forwarding arena just out of sheer frustration of being jobless. But I loved it once I entered the industry. My main task is to ensure the smooth operations of the freight forwarding departments, to maintain the integrity of our software, to ensure that the processes within the organization is being followed. And for me, what's really important is to pursue continual improvement. So it's very important for me to look at our processes and keep improving on what we are doing, all with the aim of satisfying our customer. I'm also actively involved in the business development side of the business and also training some of my team members because we're very big on training in this company.
Yeah. So, first of all, you said you studied science. From where? Oh.
From University of Ghana.
Okay. So, studied science from the University of Ghana. Which secondary school, though?
Okay, well, some people are saying the one, then I'll say the zero because I went to Wesley Girls High School.
Okay, so you went to the zero and and you did science at the University of Ghana and you landed in the freight business, logistics, freight and logistics business. Now, had you always had in mind that you would shift at some point, or what actually pushed you to get into this freight business?
Never. When I finished the university, I worked as a research assistant on an iodine disorders project.
Yeah.
And at some point, I was really frustrated, and this points to some of the issues women have, because I was constantly harassed by my boss.
I see.
And so I walked out one day and I was jobless.
That's an area we'll talk about.
Basically, frustration took me to the freight forwarding arena.
I see.
Where I interviewed for a job in a freight forwarding company. And once I entered the freight forwarding arena, I just loved it and never looked back.
I see. So a lot of people feel that, and I'm happy that you're talking about your educational background as well. We've got legal and some of you starting all the way and lecturers and scientists and all of that, because people assume that in the field of this freight forwarding and all of that, you can just get there anyhow. But the background is important, isn't it?
Very much
like you are linking that you had a solid linkage from your banking background.
Experience and opportunity to represent businesses in the shipping industry. So it's like you need a very solid background.
Yeah.
You must be well educated. You must be somebody who reads and is abreast with current affairs, because you don't know what is happening in the next over there, China. What is happening?
You need to know what's happening in the foreign countries as well. International trade is key.
International trade, to be a success in this field, there are some roles or, positions that, they do the legwork.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to managerial and like where most women, we expect to see more women like Linda and the Benonitas you mentioned, finding more women in the boardroom.
Yeah.
And you can't get there if you are not well qualified for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs. Vasinani, I remember, and I've known you like 2 decades, about 20 years ago when I walked into your office at Aviance. You had just about 4 or 5 people in there. And I saw quite a number of young ladies. You've got 25 years of excellent conship that everybody is celebrating. And a particular company that almost everybody is celebrating in this country, 25 years. And I saw young ladies in there. To what extent have young women or ladies like your type contributed to building such a company in such an industry?
You know, for me, people say women are weak, but I firmly believe that we have inherent characteristics that make us very good leaders.
Yeah.
One of the things that I would say is that the fact that we are empathetic and we are humble helps us to be able to get the buy-in from our team members. And it's not been easy for women because women take on a lot of responsibilities, not just in the office, but in the home.
Yeah.
And because of our multitasking skills, I firmly believe that that also helps us in the way we approach all our activities and the way we do things. So I firmly believe that women have contributed a lot in our country today and in our company as well.
Yeah. And you talked about earlier experiences when it comes to harassment and all of that. Is it the case that in an industry like this, which is even more male-dominated, this is not, you don't face that? Or in this industry, rather, you are able to manage it?
I think in the early days, okay, and I joined Conship in 1999.
Yeah.
And at the time, we were only 2 other women heading companies. So at that time, I would say harassment was really high, and you know, we faced all kinds of issues. There were times when I was in an open office, people would walk right past me to my assistant, who's a man, just to discuss business, and then the assistant would say, "Oh, we'll have to talk to my boss."
I see.
And then they say, "Oh, who's your boss?" And they say, "The person you didn't even greet and you walk past."
I see.
So, you know, yes, in the early days, women were not really taken very seriously.
They didn't trust that you could deliver.
Yes, they did not have that faith. But I would say that one advice I always give to women is that if you continue being excellent, even in the face of challenges, eventually you will get the respect you need.
Yeah.
And I believe we've come a long way since then. I believe the maritime industry has grown in giving women the opportunity to lead. I know there's still room for improvement, but I think we've done really, really well.
Awesome, awesome. Captain, also share with us some of the challenges. Now, we hear the doubts, the mistrust and the harassments and all of that. What were some of the challenges when particularly you started going at sea?
The challenges were many. To begin with Black Star Line, I'll try to...
Oh, so you were with the Black Star Line?
Yes.
I see.
Beautiful. It was Black Star Line that picked us at that time to train us. They just began that operation, and they wanted to see how women will fare in the industry.
How many?
And we were the first three women south of the Sahara in Africa. The first 3.
First 3. So
women
you and then the other 2 were from where?
The other 2 were also from Ghana.
Ghana. Oh, I see.
All the 3 of us were from Ghana. Georgina Boskufi, and then Beatrice Vamawo.
Nice.
And myself, yes. So we went on board, and it wasn't easy. You know, the men,
so
some
you
of
climbed
them,
the monkey ladder?
Everything. You climb the mast and paint everything. You have to climb and do it as a man, because they said, well, you said you can do it, so do it, prove yourself. So sometimes we were made to prove ourselves even beyond what the men were doing. Yeah. It was so challenging.
Because you wanted to prove yourself.
Exactly. One thing that has come out, and I think some of the women might bear witness to that, is the harassment. Sometimes it became too much, and if you are not strong, you might want to
quit.
Pack your bags and leave. Sometimes the harassment has to do with even sexual harassment as well. Yeah. And then we also had a challenge. Fortunately for us, the ship we joined was the training ship, and they had a hospital. So they had to convert that the hospital facility for us as our washroom. And because the males had their own washrooms, we also had to have ours, and we could use the hospital facilities. So that is one challenge that women going to sea face, the facilities available for the use of women.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is also one area that currently the ITF is talking to a lot of countries, especially the flag states, to make sure, and shipping companies, to make sure that they provide these services to, welcome women on board, women who want to go to sea. Because usually they give the excuse that there are no facilities for the women. Even the uniforms, you'll be surprised sometimes the uniforms they will bring are so huge because they sold them for the men. It doesn't fit you. I remember when I recently went for training in the UK with the ITF, they went and brought some boots. I couldn't get my size because they were too big. You see, so many things, but gradually they are trying to make things work to invite the women. But it isn't easy. It isn't easy. There's frustration. There's even resentment of some sort. And in some cultures too, they don't accept it. You know, so if you're a woman and you go there, for example, when we used to go to some countries, I don't want to mention names, and then you are doing your port duties because the deck officers, we take charge of the loading and offloading of cargoes. You go and give him an instruction, the boss, the supervisor, he says, I don't take instructions from women. So how do you get how do you get the work done?
He doesn't take instructions from women?
No, he doesn't take instructions from women.
Like, is it a cultural thing or it's his personal stuff?
Cultural. A lot of it has to do with cultural.
Interesting. Yeah. We'll come back to see how we can deal with this so that those who are watching will not be deterred by some of the challenges that we are talking about. But, Madam Osebonsu, if you can also help us know, because you also represent the shipping lines, huge multinational companies. What are some of the challenges around there? Because you also have to represent them, negotiate on their behalf, and all of that. And before you come in, let me announce, though, because I'm seeing a lot of WhatsApp messages. You can also share yours with us, 0559019177, if you're interested in knowing a lot about the maritime industry, whether you're a man or woman, but particularly if you're a female, we'll be happy to read from you. At the appropriate time, the phone lines will be open. 020-552-8353 is the number that you can call, and the Facebook page as well. You can equally get there and contribute. Madam.
Yes. I would say in my personal capacity, like you said, I've had to handle very sensitive situations which called for dealing with highly placed, officers, at the ministerial level. And fortunately, it's been very cordial.
Yeah.
I have not really encountered, that kind of situation, I think there's mutual respect. Fortunately in Ghana, I think like Captain Them started, we've been trailblazers. So not to say that everything is perfect, Like I said, I want to see more younger girls or ladies get into the boardroom. I think now we've passed just the typing and...
How can they get there?
Well...
because in wishing that they get there, some people also say that when they come, because now you have a lot of younger ladies also within, you may also end up having a situation where they try to suppress, the females who try to suppress themselves because one or two also want to get to the boardroom.
I beg to differ.
You don't have a situation where the women themselves will do their own in.
Well, it's a characteristic. It can be a characteristic with anybody. It could be a man, it could be a woman who might have that tendency. But I don't think it's right to label women
only the female.
I heard something that we are our own worst enemies. Like
your folks say that a lot.
Yeah, but it's a perception which I think
you don't.
I don't buy into that because I have very good friends around my, even amongst the ladies, wherever I go.
And they encourage themselves and all of that to go up.
We meet, and it's like where I need to get something from them is equally as easy as say with the male colleagues.
Do you see the grounds being worked for the younger ones who are coming up, or can something more be done?
Sure. As for something more, I think we need to consciously do certain things that can help them survive.
Like what?
Like we said, it's a very male-dominated area. And apart from that, proving yourself worthy. It's not that because you are a woman, you should expect certain things, for the picking,
the soft
just
side
like
of the
that.
job.
No, I think you have to work at it. But then, as Linda had said earlier on, women have to multitask. As much as it gives us that capability, it can be a strength at the job. It can also be a weakness because you are running your home, your children, and you also have to compete with a man who all he does is to concentrate on his work.
Yeah.
We are doing other things in addition.
Yeah.
So that could also be pull you back.
Yeah.
I'm yet to see in the port, even a crash. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
I might be mistaken.
Yeah.
For working mothers.
Yeah.
And just imagine you.
Somebody should take up that business.
Yeah,
it
I
wouldn't be a
think
bad
so.
idea.
I want to do it.
So
yes.
quite a number.
So some of these things would help. Young ladies also have the peace of mind. Come and you can go next door and breastfeed your baby, or after work, you don't now have to go whatever. Your husband will just tell you, "Oh, I'm working late." You make sure you have to do the other side of your.
Even before I read the messages, that's the part that I'm interested in, because ladies have some of these peculiar natural tendencies, things that you deal with naturally. So maternity and all of that. Combining all that, how are you able to do it?
Well, you need support.
Okay.
You need support. If you have.
And that's where, for instance, you are calling for creche to be closer.
Sure.
And what other facilities?
On the job environment should be such that women are facilitated, at home to, your husband or other, support systems must be there, So at the workplace, I think it's about time that a conscious effort is made to put some of these policies. I cannot outline them all. Yeah. I think this calls for experts to actually look at these things, so that women can also
have the comfort and ease to do the work.
This perception that we are the weaker sex and other things, we can perform just like the men. If you watch us as we grow, in school, when we don't have all these responsibilities, if you come from a home that, your parents give you that fair, don't discriminate between the male and the girls do very well.
Yeah.
So why is it that when we come to the workplace and you have to combine, now you are old enough, you are married, and then it's kind of setting you back. So if the workplace looks at
it should be made conducive,
making it more conducive for women, we can also reach the boardroom.
When you say that you may not be able to enlist all of them, even though you mentioned the creche, somebody has mentioned a market. So that he's also going to invest in a market close by so that it will be easier for you to shop. Now, quite a number of messages, and after that I'm going to Houston to speak to Mrs. Vasnani on handling the women, your women duties and all of that based on your natural tendencies as well. Thank you, Madam Linda Vasnani, for giving me the opportunity to work on such ACA Exceed Energy project. Your managerial advice helped me reach where I am today. I promise to honor your belief in me by giving my absolute 100% and do great work. God bless you. This is from one Prince Kwabena Amua. So that is how even men have benefited from some of the women that we have here. This one says, women in the maritime community, this provides an opportunity to raise awareness of the importance of gender equality in line with the UN Sustainable Development Goals and to highlight the important yet underutilized contribution of women within the maritime sector. Women fuel thriving economies across the world and, where am I? Across the world. Spares growth and development and benefit everyone working in the global maritime community in the drive towards safe, secure, clean, and sustainable shipping. This is coming from Miftahu Tamale. This one says, Okay, there's a picture. Okay, Facebook. Let me try to read. Good evening. Captain Hazel was my lecturer at Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders. She inspired me so much, and I'm happy to see her again. This is Owusu Achem Tafu. Owusu from Achem Tafu. And so, like, we continue to read a lot of benefits from the women who are here and many others who are elsewhere. Thank God for the achievement and contribution of our sisters on the program to the shipping industry. I am a proud Saint Monican. My name is Monica B. She's a proud Monican, and she is Monica B. Na Osu. Okay, this one says, I salute the women on the program, especially the Marine captain. God bless you all. This one says, good evening. I am Bruce. Please, I want to be a captain. What course should I do at the tertiary level? I want more details about the work. So can I get the Madam's number? Of course, we can hook you up, but Madam will also talk about the opportunities you can take advantage of. I'm grateful for Auntie Perpetua. She has always created spaces for women through WIMA. You are with WIMA too.
Sure.
What's WIMA? Women in Maritime?
Maritime Africa.
Africa.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a group for women that brings women in the industry together. Basically, it's a charter under the OAE.
Who can be a member? Who can be a member?
Women.
Any woman or he?
In the industry,
got
yes,
to be in the industry. Okay. Somebody is asking, can journalists reporting on a woman journalist reporting on the industry also be a member?
Oh, sure. We welcome them.
Captain was my examiner at the Maritime University. Or Maritime, he wants to say. I have to write stability for 2 times. She's very good. Ship stability, he meant. This one says, Madam Linda Vasnani is my immediate boss, and her depth of knowledge and guidance is example or ample testimony of the enormous role women are playing in the maritime industry. John Opong from Conship sent that one. So let me go on that note, go straight to Houston, Texas, and speak to Mrs. Vasnani. Hello, Madam.
Yes, sir.
Good. So I was asking about women and some of your natural tendencies, and looking at that vision to have this inequality gap bridged as part of the SDGs of the UN and all of that. How are you able to do it? I know you've got you've got some beautiful kids that I know. How have you been able to manage maternity issues and all of that together?
You know, you've said it rightly. Women, we have so many issues, and yet we are tasked to try and deliver 100% in everything that we're given to do. One of the things that has really helped me is to create schedules and systems. So whether it's supervising departments, whether it's even spending time with my kids or spending time on my own, I try to create schedules and systems that help to bring this balance. Because if you don't do that, you will find out that you're giving more attention to one area of your life and leaving the other area. And work-life balance is very important. One of the other things that has been a challenge for me is to pursue a higher degree, because it's very difficult to move away from your work and your family life to pursue, say, a master's degree for 2 years somewhere else. So what has really helped me is trying to get to do short courses, especially in areas where I am weak. What this does is that it helps me to stay abreast with changing events and business innovations. Another thing I've done is to recognize areas where I'm weak, and I've surrounded myself with experts. So once you do that, you learn a lot from these experts, and it helps to make you better. And one thing I always tell young women, especially within my organization, is that ask for help. Women don't like asking for help because they think if they ask for help, it's like they are weak or they are failing. But as Madam Perpetua said, it's very important to get a support system. So we need to seek help in areas where we feel overwhelmed. I believe these are some of the things that have really helped me to be able to manage both business and my domestic domain.
Awesome. Okay. So, Captain, quite a number of messages asking how to become captain. This one says she has a nursing background. It says, good evening. Much respect to the personnel at the studio. This is Bangalak Tipo, a practicing nursing officer. I want to ask how I can become a captain of a ship with my background. Meanwhile, I am enjoying the conversation, very educative. Let me find out from you, for those who have diverse backgrounds, so nursing, whatever it is, the person is in the high school or in the tertiary education, how can they become a naval officer or captain of a vessel?
When we were coming into the industry, we needed a science background. Okay, those days it was A-levels, so we had to come in with A-level science.
Okay.
Currently, they come in with the SHS, but you still need a science background, particularly if you want to go into the engineering. You know, the Regional Maritime University, we have various departments. We have the marine engineering, we have the electrical, electronics, we have the nautical, which is where I come from. We have the port and shipping also. But those who want to do courses bordering on engineering or nautical must have a science background. Yeah. So you need your core subjects and then your science subjects, physics, maths, chemistry, biology is accepted. Okay, so you have to have those backgrounds. Okay. But the maths, you should do the core maths.
Okay. Ernest Menu says,
the elective maths.
Okay.
Thing. Is it that? What do they call it now? Elective maths, I think. Yeah, you should have that.
Yeah. So Ernest Menu says, I just landed from Trinidad, and Madame Perpetual has a banking background from NIB, a lawyer, and she's now with the SUAC. Wow. I have a long way to go. This one says, hi, my name is Eric Campofo. Captain was my stability lecturer, the just ended class 2-1 deck officer unlimited. Grateful for the knowledge she imparted in the class. She's full of knowledge. God bless her. This one says, congrats, my sisters, for your contributions. I'm very proud of you. I am Saint Monican, Sister Ma Charity Edusei. So a lot of St. Monicans are giving you thumbs up. So congrats, Auntie Pep. You are a trailblazer, and you continue to mentor lots of women. Basically, okay. This one says, congrats to Mr. and Mrs. Vasnani, Conship at 25. God bless you all for the great work. It's a very educative program, and I'm enjoying it 100% from Crimson Kokroko. So let me, ladies, let me just give you a minute, or I don't think I have a minute, so let's say 30 seconds each to just give the young ladies out there, and even the men, everybody who is interested in this blue economy, your last statement. Madam Pep, let me start with you.
Thank you, Sammy. Like your callers saying, or have indicated, the blue economy offers vast opportunities in diverse areas. Yeah. One group that we've been dealing with is even the fishing community, where WIMA has tried to engage and also sensitize, bring their understanding of some basic things. So if you have your basic education, like Captain Hazel has explained, there are various courses that one can pursue, both from the scientific and those with economics and humanities and whatnot, can look at the ports and shipping industry. Okay. And that's also a very good area to start a profession.
Sure. Captain Hazel.
Oh, thank you
Quite
very
a number
much.
of your students are writing Kingsley, Kufia, Mwako, and all of them. Okay.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So you have 30 seconds if you have something to say to everybody, including your students.
Yes, I would want to encourage more women to take to the sea profession, because when they try to use the excuse that it's difficult, I don't see any profession that is easy. You ask even the seamstress, sitting behind the machine the whole day is difficult. Maybe the part where they may have a case is when you are away from family. But there are so many jobs that takes you away from your family as well. Yeah. So more women should come into the industry. Okay. And one other thing I want to bring to the attention of not just the women, but the whole public, I mean, that is both men and women, is that there are so many opportunities in the industry. Here in Africa particularly, and in Ghana, I would say, we are not taking advantage of the full potential of the blue economy. Sure. There's so much to do.
Let me go to Houston because I've got 30 seconds to wrap up real quick and speak to Sister Linda. Sister Linda, you have the last 30 seconds.
Okay,
what
great.
Advice?
So one of my mentors, Madam C.J. Walker, who is the first female millionaire entrepreneur, said, "There is no royal flower-strewn path to success. And if there is, I have not found it. For if I've accomplished anything in life, it's because I was willing to work hard." And so I encourage my fellow women to continue to work hard, pursue excellence, continue to better themselves, and take up things that the men are doing. I look forward to the day I see women driving delivery trucks and operating cranes and doing things that men do, but in a more stylish manner. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that was Mrs. Linda Vasnani of Conship, Chief Operating Officer of Consolidated Shipping, as well as Captain Catherine Hazel, RTF Inspector for Ghana International Transport Workers Federation, and Madame Perpetual Osebonzo, Executive Secretary of Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana. Ladies, it's my pleasure having you in the studio. We thank you for sharing your experiences with everyone else. Thank you very much. So we'll wait for a while, and then we also appreciate you watching the program. Like I said earlier when Ken was here, subsequently you'll be seeing a lot more of Kennedy Mona, who will be backing up and making things happen the best way. He's got a lot of experience and you definitely enjoy. Thanks for watching.